What's up, everybody? Tim here from TW Fitness Academy. Today's blog post is going to be about what I think is kind of the three main rules as a coach. Very basic starting up rules. I have a lot of people who are just starting out. In fact, just the other day, I had somebody in the gym who was a high school kid interested in joining, being a personal trainer, and so he was following around one of our personal trainers at the gym, and he asked a lot of right questions, but this kind of just inspired me to be like, what are some of the rules for us being a coach? So my big three rules is for a coach, very simple rules when you're working with somebody or when you're coaching and you have somebody brand new. One of the first rules is try to find one change at a time. If you had somebody who has never dieted before, has never exercised before, especially at the level that they want to achieve at, start with trying them to get them consistent in one thing. One small changes at a time creates a rule of consistency. So if they are get consistent at one thing right, then it leads to something else, and then they start getting the hang of it, and they start to understand better. If you're trying to make so much dramatic changes so soon, that's why a lot of people will fail. They get too overwhelmed. They'll stop. So it's just small incremental changes for them. Consistency can be key, and that's what it really is about. Um, Make small moves so you can get the most out of the least. So, um, if you had somebody who's sitting there and said, "I've only eaten 2 meals a day," you're not don't automatically try to give them to get 6 to 7 meals a day if they're trying to reboost their metabolism. Trying to, again, these huge changes from point A to point F, you need to go through B, C, D, D, E. Again, it's all about creating consistency, and this is a theme that you will see a lot of this. Is consistency is key. So how do we get to somebody being consistent? Um, if you're having so many people do drastic changes, again, the success rate is going to fail. And that's where, as experience for myself, is working at the endocrinology lab. You had people who are obese and diabetic, so basically people with health issues were basically told, like, well, what you're eating now you have to do the complete opposite. And that's why the American Dietitian Association diets are very hard to follow, because it was telling somebody to go and eat less than 1,000 calories a day, very minimal. And that's why you have a success rate of like 30%. I believe that's what it was, or it was told to me by one of the doctors. Okay, and then another rule that I like to do is do your best to ensure that you're giving them the complete nutritional effort into the diet. So basically, what I'm saying is making sure that if you're building out diet changes, make sure they're as nutritionally complete as possible. Making sure that they're getting the right nutrients, because that's the fastest way to how they're gonna feel better. Um, don't tell them, be like, oh, well, you don't need to have this, that, and the other thing. Try to make them simple changes that can get you the most out of the least, and this is in regards to nutrition as well. So your diet has to be complete no matter what. So you just got to make sure that you're giving your clients the tools needed for them to succeed. And the best thing, the way to do that is to make sure that they are healthy, they're getting enough nutrients, and the food that they eat is nutritious. So again, some of these rules as a coach, especially when you're beginning with a client, one change at a time, making sure that each step along the process is each small moves, because these small moves are going to start building the bigger picture. And once you get to that point, then everything will start rolling along a lot easier. And then doing your best that your clients remain as healthy as possible and they're getting the right nutrients, especially if you're a diet coach. So these are some simple rules, but I feel like it needs to be said for a lot of people, especially for newer trainers, and you're wondering where to begin with somebody. These are always a good one. But again, the theme you'll see a lot of this is consistency is key. So keep that in mind. And hopefully good luck for any professionals using this. And again, always feel free to use everything on this website as a tool. And hopefully you all do a very good job on your journeys.